Welcome to the world where luxury meets leisure, where the rhythm of horses meets the serenity of nature and creates a wonderful living experience. Welcome to Grand Polo Club and Resorts, a community by Emaar, a masterfully planned destination inspired by sophistication, elegance, and sport. This community represents Emaar, where life plays in style.
Hi everyone, this is your favorite realtor Sitaram Gavas, and yet another day we are back with one of the bangers of the community launched by Emaar, Grand Polo and Resorts. Every single day I was receiving calls from my investors that Rohan, why are you not making a video on Grand Polo? What is so special about Grand Polo that everyone is so crazy about investing in that location? What is their speciality? Why exactly that community is getting such a hype from the market? And today I am here at Dubai Hills Estate, Emaar's prestigious community, which is called as the Green Heart of Dubai, where I have already made a video which you can see here. But today I would like to specially talk about the community called as Grand Polo and Resorts, about its location, about why that community is so special for the investors, also the end users, and in what sort of manner now the investor can enter into. Because the very special reason to start the video today was that Emaar is coming up for the very first time a set of 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses within this community. This is for all those investors who are looking for the mid-range of ticket value and wants to enter into a community which is justifying, which is setting a benchmark in the market with this one of a kind of theme, which is Grand Polo, Resorts and Clubs. This time you have an opportunity to bang it. But I will, before going to the main part, I would also take you around for what all things which have already been introduced into this community, what was the prices, what are the expected prices coming up, and how an investor is gonna make profit when investing in Grand Polo and Resorts. So stay tuned till the last part. This is not the very first time when Emaar is coming up with such legacy of a community. It's been last 2 decades since Emaar has launched many communities, and people, the investor, the end user who has trusted Emaar with their money, they have always seen exponential growth in their value. I'm keeping a chart in front of you guys to understand what all communities have been launched till date and where people have seen an exponential growth of their money. Starting with Arabian Ranches 1, people who have invested in Sahil in that era in 2000, where the per square feet rate was 400 dirham per square feet. Today that same guy is sitting on 2300 dirham per square feet, exponential growth of almost 4 times the value. Next to that, Arabian Ranches 3, people who have invested in Sun at the price point of 650 dirham per square feet. Today they are sitting at the price point of almost 1400 to 1600 dirham per square feet. A double growth, almost the value has doubled. And similar thing is right now happening with Valley as well. With Valley phase 1 and phase 2 fully sold out, Emaar is also coming up with Valley phase 3. But the people who have invested in Valley phase 1, the starting price range was around 560, 570 dirham per square feet. But today that same Eden cluster, the first cluster of Valley, is now trading at approximately 1495 dirham per square feet. And it's not only about the major community which has villas, also Mina Rashid, where people invested with a price point of 1500 dirham per square feet. Today they are sitting at 2300 dirham per square feet, an exponential growth even in terms of beachfront living. This is what Emaar does it for you. Emaar not only organically increases the price throughout the range, but they also gives you the lifestyle. Today while I'm standing here in Dubai Estate, today I can give you a confident approach on one thing, that Emaar delivers everything with a confirmed record of quality and sophistication. For all the people who are looking into an investment with Emaar, one thing is for sure, that you're looking into an investment with a brand which has set the target for the entire landscape of Dubai. Today Emaar has more than 17 to 18 communities in Dubai, and that is not a small number. Emaar is one of the biggest players in the market of Dubai real estate, and today if you want to enter into any of the communities by Emaar, Grand Polo is the choice because of the townhouses which has the mid-size ticket value for you guys. So get in touch with us. Going forward, I'll also explain the master plan of this community, but this was very certain to understand why your money can increase. Because when you look at even the rentals on the invested value, the people have made annual rental returns which are ranging from 9% goes up to 17%, which is not basically found in any of the communities right now. People are facing issues with, because this is a big ticket value, the market is very niched for a rental category as well. But even after that, people, the end users, also trusted Emaar with their choice of home, and this is what plays rightly for Emaar and for the investors as well. So this is your call to get in touch with us. Before going forward to understand what is exactly coming in this master plan, we need to understand the entire master plan structure. What all launches have already been happened, what all launches are basically going to happen in the future. But before to that, understanding the entire master plan is very essential. In the heart of the entire master plan, what we have are the polo fields, the polo stables, and the clubhouse, which is the heart of the entire community. Now, during the launch of the first phase, which has 5 clusters altogether, we had first phase, which is Chevalia Fields and Chevalia Estates. Then we had Montura 1, Montura 2, and Montura 3. Now, these 5 clusters had altogether 4 different types. We had 3-bedroom villas, 4-bed villas, 5-bed villas, and 5-bed equestrian villas. Now, starting price for 3-bed villa with a size of 3,000 square feet was around 5.67 million, whereas a 4-bed villa with a size of 3,800 square feet was 7.2 million. Next, the 5-bed villa, which has the size of 5,600 square feet and a price point of 9.2 million, and a 5-bed equestrian villa, which had the size of 8,600 square feet and the price point was 19.9 million. We had these first 5 clusters which were launched in the very first phase, which has a park in between, and these 5 clusters were sold on the day 1. Next to that, after a certain while, Emaar launched next 3 clusters, which are Selvara 1, Selvara 2, Selvara 3, and the 4th cluster, which is Selvara 4. This plot which is in between, which you can see, is the plot which is basically kept for Etihad Rail. So we can anticipate that there will be a station coming in inside the community, which will be a public station for Etihad Rail, which will also increase the price of this entire community. Having said Selvara 1, Selvara 2, Selvara 3, and Selvara 4, these flow clusters had 4-bed villas. Now these 4-bed villas were priced at the price point of 6.5 million dirham with a size of 3,800 square feet. After that, last month, Emaar had a launch called as Chevalia Estate Phase 2, which is basically just kept next to the clubhouse, which was this. At this particular point of launch, they launched villas which were 4 and 5-bed villas, price point in between 12 million to 19 million dirhams. Now, the major part for which we are doing the video today. For this particular part, Emaar is launching for the very first time townhouses at this site, anticipated, not yet confirmed. But we can expect townhouses coming in on this side of the community, which will have 3 different clusters, 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses, 3 bedroom a typical size of 23 to 2,400 square feet, and 4 bedroom with a size of 2,900 to 3,200 square feet. Now, these are one of the massive sizes of townhouses, and why I was more keen on townhouse structure within this community, because of the location. Now, when you understand the location, this particular part is basically your Ali Alai Street, whereas this is your Emirates Road, and that part is basically Expo City. This community is 60 million square feet. While we are in the midst of the launches of the particular community, we are still at a better price for the townhouses. Having said, having a townhouse in this community will always add a value for your investment portfolio, because when we compare the same community with Valley today, what Valley had? Valley had 3 bedroom and 4 bedroom townhouses. They had 4 bedroom semi-detached villas, and in Farm Gardens and Farm Group, they had independent villas. The prices for Valley in the initial sale in 2019 were starting at the price point where the 3 bedroom townhouses were priced at the point of 1.2 million dirhams. Imagine today the same townhouses are trading for the price point of 2.8 million dirhams. That is how Emaar has organically given the appreciation for the communities which they have launched, and that is one thing which is very sure and particular about Emaar. With Emaar, you always have a growth part which is organic, which directly comes from Emaar itself. As this master plan community is so huge in the terms of sizes, eventually with every single launch which will come in the later stages, Emaar is tend to have the price increase by 15 to 20%, and that will give you an assurance that within the next 4 years of timeline, by the time this entire community will be delivered, you will have the price doubled by that time. Not doubled, maybe tripled, because the theme of the community is very special. Right now, to tell you about today's date, we have 2 similar areas where we have Polo Club. One of them is within the Arabian Ranches one, which is Dubai Polo and Resorts, and the next one is Al Habtur Polo Resort. In an entire year, we have many events. The World Cup happens in that particular regions only. In the future, this can be that location. So understanding that fact, having a serene lifestyle of green, nature and sophistication, which also has a sporting event. Today, when we talk about golf courses are now also available in the digital media as well. People can play golf going into a mall. They have a digital station where they can play this game. But for this game, people are still loyal to play it on the ground. And that creates that legacy for this game and for this community. So in the future, for all those investors who are looking for a mid-sized ticket value to enter into this particular community, this is the particular chance. This is the perfect chance to stand yourself within this community, because these 3 clusters of townhouses will be sold within the day. If you are keen to understand how exactly this entire thing will be structured for you, what will be the pricings, how will be the entire structure of registration, booking will be done for you, get in touch with us and we'll give you an exact idea how you can be a part of this revolution. You can be a part of this community by investing in those townhouses. And yes, in the future you also wanted to own a villa, we have several different launches coming up, and it is still not over. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clusters which are just next to your Polo Club, Polo Resorts, which will also be launched. So we have still good option, good potential which will come up in the future for this community. So it's not yet over for the investors who are looking for an area to enter into this community. So get in touch with us today to get the full information on this.